Yeah, I think there's really two things that have happened as we look at 2022. One is just the strengthening of the dollar against a number of other currencies, including the yen and the euro. You've seen this at a lot of other companies that have already reported. It's something that nobody's able to outrun. And so it's just a fact of life that we're dealing with. Really significant move in the currencies over the last little while. And then some Omicron effect. We saw a little bit of effect from Omicron at the end of last year, and we're seeing it early in the year. But my strong hope is it's going to dissipate and we're going to have a much more normal second half of the year, a much stronger second half of the year for our business. People will get back out there and date again and socialize again. And I know we're all looking forward to that, and that's going to help drive our business. So I think it's going to be a temporary impact that we're seeing, and we should bounce back strongly.
No, I wanted to ask about that because the stock has underperformed over the last year or so on these pandemic disruptions all over the world. How has the pandemic changed the dating game for you and what you can expect in years to come? Do you know yet?
Well, I think it's, kind of what you would expect probably from your own life or my own life. Just people are socializing a bit less. They're being a little bit more cautious. They're going out a little bit less than they used to. But I think everyone is really excited to get back to normal as soon as possible. And so I think once people feel like the risk is lower, I think we'll see people get out there and they'll be excited to date and meet people again, probably even more so than they were before the pandemic, because people have realized that being with other people is so important and valuable to them, and we're all eager to do it. And so, you have to look at our business as a global business. The U.S. is shaking some of this off, getting past it, especially in a market like New York. But Asia is still going through it. Japan's an important market for us, and Japan's still feeling some of the effects. But I think as we make the turn into the warmer months of spring and summer, I think we'll see a very different picture if all goes well.
The long-term question for you, Gary, how much are you thinking about and planning for dating in the metaverse and what on earth that's going to look like?
We're thinking about it a tremendous amount. I think it's actually really exciting and really interesting. There's lots of different kinds of engaging experiences that we're experimenting with. We bought a company in Korea called HyperConnect, which is really advanced in its thinking around this and developing some really cool experience for people. So I know people initially think about like headsets when they hear metaverse. We're not talking about that. This is stuff you can do on your phone, just like you do with our other dating apps, and you can have a really fun experience. And we think especially young users are going to love what we're going to bring out on that front.
So how are the individual properties performing, a Hinge and a Tinder, for instance, and what makes people go to one of them over the other, and how can you help certain businesses grow? Because it's getting really competitive out there with Bumble and everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, our businesses are performing incredibly well overall. Tinder continues to grow its users very strongly in all parts of the world. And the payer growth has been very strong as well. They're experimenting with a lot of new, exciting features. There's a lot of momentum in that business. Our Hinge business has been a total standout. It's now the second most downloaded app in a number of important English-speaking markets. It grew revenue from nearly 100 to 200 million last year, and it's on pace to do close to 300 this year or over that. And we think it's going international now. We're looking at a number of European markets, and we'll expand through those markets through the course of 2022. So Hinge is a great product. People really enjoy using the product, and it's in a very, very strong position. So we feel great about our portfolio.
Gary, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.